We're at my friend's house, Gerry Onuma, and he has a pretty impressive display of Rosey Barbs, all different types of mutations. So, Gerry, can you tell us a little bit about your Rosey Barbs and what you're doing here?
Oh yeah, sure. Aloha everybody. The Rosey Barbs that I have actually came from Dennis originally. The bloodline originally came from Dennis.
That's me.
And Dennis had a really very rare bloodline because his Rosey Barbs had really fancy tails. They were very long and the fins were very dark and the body was very red. And if you go to any pet shop, it's hard to find that quality of Rosey Barbs, at least that bloodline. So it's been about at least 9 years, maybe 10 by now, that I originally got, no, even more than that.
Yeah, it was 12, a long time, yeah.
Actually 12 years, I'd say, because I was raising them here. No, actually it was more than 12 years.
Yeah, it was a long time ago I got that.
In fact, let me take that back. From 1993.
Yeah, okay, 20 years ago.
Is when I moved here. And then I left here in 2005 to go live in Salt Lake, and ever since 1993 I've taken that same original bloodline with me. So this is the offsprings from that, and till today they look beautiful. In fact, I've enhanced some of the features in the fish by breeding, you know, the features of the fish over and over. I breed the father with the daughters and so forth. So along the way I got a mutation in the fish where now they have some that have black bellies. Normally they had only black fins, but now some of them have black bellies, and so I repeatedly, you know, breed the father with the daughters, and so now we have a lot of them, and in fact they breed like that all the time.
You know, I noticed too that tails are longer than when I had them. Longer and look almost like goldfish tails. Yeah,
for some reason I think it has a lot to do with the food, because I feed them like 4 different things. I feed them these pellets here. These are like really fine pellets, which Dennis actually got from the Wananalu feed store. And then I also feed them this fine powder called spirulina. It's a green powder that I mix with a fine fish food, baby fish food. And we also give them flakes, which is very common that most people just feed their flakes, but I give them pellets and this spirulina. I mean, one bottle is $50 for the spirulina, so it's laboratory algae basically. And then we also feed them bloodworms, and we feed them brine shrimp.
And the one of the fish looks so good.
Yeah, so you know, you are what you eat, so that's why the size of the fish, the color is pretty awesome when you start looking at them. In fact, a lot of people who see these, they always tell me, wow, your fishes are so beautiful.
No, they are. In fact, Gerry, you know what, can you feed the fish now, then we can show everybody. Okay, this is Gerry's 55-gallon tank, and he's about to feed. How many Rosey Barbs do you think you got in here?
I think there's about 60 of them in here.
Oh yeah, gee, I thought it looked like about 200.
Yeah.
Okay, can you feed the fish now, Gerry?
Okay, here we go. Right now I'm just feeding them the flakes. I'm going to feed them some of the pellets too. These pellets are like the real small one, the 0.5 millimeters. There's also the 1, and then the 1.5 and the 2, but this one is so that they don't choke on it. Yeah, if it's too big, they can actually choke on it. So yeah. Now in the light outside with the sun, the bright light like that, the fishes don't look as impressive as if you had it inside the house. Yeah, they come, or in an enclosed environment. It's really dark, the red, and then you can see the black in the fins. Yeah, and then you find some that have the black bellies. Yeah, so that's what I've been trying to inbreed. And I also have another mutation in here. There's this orange one in here. This is actually a swordtail and a marigold that bred together. And
that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys, they're always hungry. So I basically feed them, you know, once in the morning, and then sometimes I'll feed them in the evening too, but usually once in the morning. So the quality of food, I really believe, has a big impact on how.
Hey, thanks for having me come by and take a look at your fish. Real nice, impressive. They're looking good. Long fins, nice coloration. A little bit washed out because they're outside, but as you say, when they're in the house, the full color comes out. So
yeah.
Anyway, catch you later.
So thank you to Dennis for starting this off, because a lot of people, when I give them the fish, they're just so happy because the Rosey Barbs are really beautiful. I mean, red, and just a lively fish.
Yeah, you cannot find this in pet shops over here. The tails and the long tail, the coloration, the hues on the fish. I've never seen them in pet shops here.
Yeah, and the females have a copper color versus the males have a red color with the black fins. So, again, thanks to Dennis, because quality of the water and the food makes a big difference. So, aloha, and thank you for visiting my fishes.
Okay, Jerry. Catch you later.